Night enfolds us in its sweet darkness, and in this sacred silence awakens the most transformative of all Buddhist practices, profound gratitude that not only stills the mind, but purifies the heart and prepares the soul for restorative sleep and a radiant awakening like the rising sun. Here, where the day releases its turmoil and surrenders its burdens, we find the ancestral path of the Buddhist sages who discovered the secret. Those who sleep in gratitude awaken in light. This is not merely a nightly practice, but a spiritual alchemy that transforms each breath into a blessing, each heartbeat into an acknowledgement of the miracle of existence. For over 2,500 years, Buddhist masters have taught that gratitude is the quickest path to inner peace. Not a superficial gratitude for temporary pleasures, but the profound recognition of the sacred interdependence that connects our breath to the trees, our heart to the cosmos, our existence to the infinite fabric of universal life. Tonight, you will be guided through 60 Buddhist gratitude practices, each carefully woven to awaken in your heart the wisdom that transforms the ordinary into the sacred, the simple into the miraculous. Allow yourself to be carried by these gentle waves of acknowledgement that not only prepare the body for rest, but nourish the soul with the peace that arises when we recognize the countless blessings that surround us every moment. Breathe deeply. Now, allow this moment to be the portal to a transformative night of gratitude, and prepare to discover how the Buddhist sages found in gratitude the key to deep sleep and a radiant awakening. But before we embark on this transformative journey of gratitude, I'd like to know the grateful hearts joining us on this sacred night. Share in the comments what city and country you're watching this video from. It's incredible to know that grateful hearts from all over the world are connecting in this moment of peace. Each comment is a light that shines on the world map of gratitude. Together, we create a network of acknowledgement that transcends borders and languages. Now breathe deeply and allow the first gratitude practice to begin transforming this night. Gratitude Practice 1. The breath given as a gift at this moment. Before any thoughts of the day can steal our peace, let us turn our attention to the silent miracle that happens in our chest every instant, our breath. The ancient Buddhist masters taught that we don't breathe, we are breathed. Each inhalation is a gift from the universe, each exhalation an offering back to life. How many times today did you remember to thank for this fundamental gift? How many of the approximately 20,000 breaths you took today were conscious? Buddhist wisdom reveals that when we awaken to gratitude for the breath, we awaken to gratitude for existence itself. This effortlessly flowing breath is the first and most basic expression of cosmic love for your life. Visualize your breath as a golden river of light flowing toward your heart, bringing not only oxygen, but all the cosmic intelligence that keeps the stars shining and the flowers blooming. As you exhale, imagine you are returning this purified light to the world, nourishing every living being around you with your conscious gratitude. Contemplate how your breath is a bridge between your inner world and the entire plant kingdom of Earth. Plants offer oxygen as a gift to your lungs, and you return carbon dioxide as nourishment for them. You constantly participate in this sacred dance of exchange with all of nature. Now practice the sacred breath of gratitude. Inhale for 4 counts, feeling how the entire universe conspires to keep you alive. Hold for 2 counts, acknowledging this miracle. Exhale for 6 counts, sending your gratitude to all the forces that make this moment possible. With each breath cycle, whisper inwardly, gratitude for this gift of life, gratitude for being sustained by the entire cosmos, Gratitude Practice 2. The heart beating in harmony with the universe as your breath calms and finds its natural rhythm. Direct your loving attention to another miracle that happens incessantly in your chest, the beating of your heart. This sacred drum has echoed in your chest since before your birth, marking the time of your existence with a fidelity that surpasses any human promise. Buddhist teachings show us that the heart is not just a physical organ, but the center of our emotional wisdom, the place where compassion is born and where gratitude transforms into unconditional love. Your heart beat approximately 100,000 times today, each beat a silent declaration that you belong to this existence. Imagine that each heartbeat sends waves of gratitude through your bloodstream, carrying acknowledgement and appreciation to every cell in your body. Visualize your heart as a golden sun in your chest, radiating warmth of gratitude that not only warms your body, but expands to touch all beings around you. Gently place your hand over your heart and feel this ancestral rhythm. Recognize that this same rhythm connects you to the pulse of all life, to the rhythm of the tides, to the cycle of the seasons, to the dance of the planets. You are not separate from life. You are life itself, expressing gratitude through your human form. Synchronize your breath with your heartbeat and whisper, gratitude for this sacred drum, gratitude for belonging to the universal rhythm of existence. Gratitude Practice 3. The eyes that witness infinite beauty. Now allow your attention to move to these two silent miracles on your face, your eyes. Even closed at this moment, they carry the memories of all the beauty they witnessed today, the smile of a child, the color of the sky at sunset, the expression of love on the face of a loved one, the words on a page that touched your soul. The Buddha taught that seeing is one of the sacred gates to enlightenment. Through the eyes, the light of the universe meets the light of consciousness, creating the miraculous experience we call vision. How many sunrises and sunsets have your eyes already witnessed? How many tears of joy and sorrow have they reflected? How many moments of indescribable beauty have they captured? Contemplate for a moment all the colors. Your eyes know the infinite blue of the sky, the renewing green of plants, the warm gold of sunlight, the mysterious silver of the moon. Each color is a gift that the universe offers specifically to your eyes' unique ability to transform light waves into an experience of beauty. Visualize a soft golden light bathing your closed eyes, healing any tiredness, purifying any image that may have disturbed your peace today, preparing them so that tomorrow they may see the world with renewed eyes of admiration and gratitude. Gently touch your eyelids and acknowledge gratitude for these portals of beauty. Gratitude for witnessing the miracles that surround me every moment. Gratitude Practice 4. The ears that capture the music of existence in this sacred silence of the night. Take a moment to honor these precious instruments of perception that are your ears. They capture not only sounds, but vibrations of love, the laughter of a child, the words of encouragement from a friend, the music that elevates your soul, the profound silence that nourishes your spirit. Buddhist tradition teaches that sound is a manifestation of universal energy in motion. When you listen consciously, you participate in the great cosmic symphony where every being, every element of nature, every movement contributes to universal harmony. Your ears are antennas tuned to the frequency of life. Remember the most beautiful sounds you heard today, perhaps the singing of birds at dawn, the voice of someone you love, the sound of rain on the leaves, the deep silence between two breaths. Each sound was a gift offered specifically to your unique ability to transform vibrations into an experience of connection. Even now, in silence, your ears are picking up the subtle sound of life, perhaps your own breath, your heartbeat, the almost imperceptible whisper of vital energy circulating through your body. You are always surrounded by the music of existence, even in seemingly silent moments. Visualize a silvery light enveloping your ears, purifying any sound that may have disturbed your peace today, tuning them so that tomorrow they may capture with even greater clarity the sacred music that resonates through all creation. Whisper with gratitude, I acknowledge these receivers of universal harmony. Gratitude for participating in the great symphony of life. Gratitude practice 5. The voice that sings the song of the soul. Now direct your loving attention to this sacred instrument residing in your throat, your voice. Through it, you can express love, share wisdom, offer comfort, sing joy. Your voice is the bridge between the inner world of your thoughts and feelings and the outer world where other hearts await connection. Buddhist masters taught that right speech is one of the paths of the Eightfold Path to enlightenment. When we use our voice with consciousness and compassion, it becomes an instrument of healing, not only for others, but for ourselves. Each word carries energy. Each tone conveys intention. Think of the most beautiful words you spoke today. A sincere thank you, a genuine I love you, words of encouragement for someone in need. Prayers or mantras that raised your consciousness. Your voice was a channel through which kindness and wisdom flowed into the world. Even when you choose silence, your voice rests like a sacred harp, awaiting the right moment to create harmony. Conscious silence is also a form of speech, a communication that transcends words and touches directly the soul of whoever is receptive. Visualize a soft blue light enveloping your throat, healing any harsh words that may have escaped today, purifying this channel so that tomorrow your voice may resonate with even greater clarity, truth, and compassion. Gently place your hand on your throat and acknowledge gratitude for this instrument of connection. May my voice always be a channel of light and love. Gratitude practice 6. The hands that touch and transform the world. Now observe these miracles of creation that rest beside your body, your hands. They are much more than physical tools. They are extensions of your heart, capable of transmitting love through touch, creating beauty, offering healing, manifesting your conscious intention in the material world. Contemplate all that your hands did today. Perhaps they prepared food with love, embraced someone who needed comfort, created something beautiful, performed work that serves the common good, joined in prayer or meditation. Each gesture was an opportunity to express your compassionate nature through action. In the Buddhist tradition, hands in different positions, mudras, are considered antennas that connect our personal energy with higher cosmic forces. When you join your palms in front of your heart, you create a bridge between the left and right aspects of your nature, unifying your energy in gratitude. Think about the unique texture of your hands, the lines that tell the story of your journey, the sensitivity that allows you to distinguish between rough and smooth, hot and cold. Your hands are tactile libraries that hold the memory of every surface they have ever touched with love. Visualize a golden light flowing through your hands, healing any accumulated tension, purifying any heavy energy they may have absorbed, charging them with the serene strength that will allow them to touch the world with even more awareness and affection tomorrow. Join your palms in front of your heart and feel gratitude for these instruments of love in action. May my hands always be extensions of compassion. Gratitude practice 7. The feet that walk the sacred path. Turn your loving attention to these faithful companions on your journey that are your feet. They have carried you through every step of your life, connecting you physically with Mother Earth, allowing you to explore this wonderful world, to move towards your dreams, and to move away from what does not serve your growth. Every step you took today was an act of faith that the earth would be there to support you. Faith that your feet would have the strength to take you where you needed to go. How many miles have your feet already traveled throughout your life? How many different landscapes have they known? How many paths have they explored? Buddhist teachings speak of the path as a metaphor for the spiritual journey, but your feet literally make it possible to walk this path. Each conscious step is an act of meditation in motion, an opportunity to practice mindful presence as you move through space and time. Visualize golden roots growing from the soles of your feet, connecting you deeply with the nourishing energy of the earth. Feel how this generous planet has always been available to sustain you, offering you not only a place to stand, but a cosmic home full of beauty and resources. Imagine that your feet absorb healing energy from the earth as you rest, renewing themselves so that tomorrow they may walk with even more awareness, gratitude, and reverence for the sacred journey that is your life. Gently touch your feet and acknowledge gratitude for these pilgrims of the earthly journey. May each step be a prayer of connection with the sacred. End of excerpt. Gratitude Practice 8. The skin that embraces and protects our essence. Now, turn your attention to this extraordinary organ that completely envelops your being, your skin. It's much more than a protective barrier. It's a sensitive interface between your inner world and the outer cosmos, capable of feeling the caress of the wind, the warmth of the sun, the texture of every object that touches your life. Your skin is a living map of your journey, holding memories of every hug received, every moment of shared human warmth. It constantly regenerates, always offering you a new opportunity to experience the world through conscious touch. Think of the variety of sensations your skin experienced today, the temperature of the water during your shower, the texture of the clothes you chose to wear, perhaps the loving touch of someone dear, the breeze that caressed your face. Each sensation was a gift offered specifically to your ability to transform physical stimuli into an experience of connection. Buddhist tradition teaches that through body awareness we can develop mindfulness, the present moment awareness that connects us to the here and now. Your skin is a constant teacher of presence, always bringing your attention to the here and now through the sensations it offers. Visualize a soft, silvery light completely enveloping your skin, healing any discomfort, purifying any heavy energy it may have absorbed, creating a protective field of love and peace that accompanies you wherever you go. Gently pass your hands over your arms, feeling this sacred boundary, and whisper gratitude for this interface with the world. May my skin always be receptive to love and protected from all that does not serve me. Gratitude Practice 9. The mind that creates worlds of possibilities. Now turn your attention to this infinite universe that exists within your skull, your mind. It is the laboratory where your dreams are born, the archive where your most precious memories are kept, the garden where your most beautiful thoughts bloom, the space where you can instantly travel to anywhere in time and space. Your mind is capable of miracles that surpass any technology. It can imagine realities that do not yet exist. It can learn and grow from every experience. It can choose to focus on the beautiful even when surrounded by chaos. It can find meaning and purpose even in the most challenging situations. Think of the moments today when your mind was your greatest ally, when you solved a problem creatively, when you chose thoughts of gratitude instead of complaint, when you imagined positive possibilities for the future. when you remembered something beautiful that brought joy to your heart. The Buddha taught that we are what we think, and that with our minds we create our world. What an extraordinary gift it is to have a mind capable of consciously choosing where to focus its attention, capable of cultivating qualities such as love, compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. Visualize a golden light gently illuminating your brain, calming any mental turbulence, organizing your thoughts into harmonious patterns, preparing your mind for peaceful dreams and profound insights during sleep. Place your hand on your forehead and acknowledge with admiration, gratitude for this infinite inner universe. May my mind always be a garden of beautiful and wise thoughts. Gratitude Practice 10. The body as a sacred temple of the soul. At this moment, allow your consciousness to expand, to encompass your entire body as a sacred and integrated unity. This is not just a physical vehicle, but a living temple where your soul has chosen to dwell during this precious existence. A refined instrument through which you can experience and express universal love. Contemplate the miracle of coordination that constantly happens in your body. Your heart pumps blood, your lungs process oxygen, your digestive system transforms food into energy, your nervous system processes millions of pieces of information. All this happens automatically, allowing your consciousness to dedicate itself to growing, loving, and serving. Each cell of your body is a small life dedicated to the well-being of the whole. Each organ works harmoniously with the others. Each system works in perfect synchronicity to keep you alive, healthy, and able to fulfill your mission on this earth. Buddhist teachings remind us that this physical body is impermanent and precious precisely because of that. It is the vehicle through which we can practice compassion, develop wisdom, offer service, and experience joy. Caring for it with reverence is a way of giving thanks for the opportunity of existence. Visualize a golden light completely enveloping your body, healing any discomfort, strengthening any area that needs attention, filling each cell with renewed vitality and unconditional love. Breathe deeply, embracing your entire body with gratitude, and whisper, "I acknowledge this sacred temple of the soul. Gratitude for being the home of my consciousness during this precious journey." Gratitude Practice 11. The family of the heart that shapes us with love. As your body rests in peace, allow your mind to turn with tenderness to those who form your family of the heart, not just blood ties, but all those who have chosen to love you and accept your love in return. These precious beings are the co-authors of your life story, the mirrors in which you learn about yourself, the companions on the journey of existence. Think of the faces of those you consider family: parents who nurtured you, siblings who shared your childhood, children who awakened your capacity for unconditional love, partners who chose to walk alongside you, friends who became chosen siblings. Each relationship is a gift, an opportunity to grow in love and understanding. Even when family relationships present challenges, they offer some of the deepest lessons on patience, forgiveness, acceptance, and unconditional love. Family is our first school of compassion, where we learn that loving doesn't mean always agreeing, but choosing mutual well-being above personal ego. Buddhist masters taught that gratitude for the people in our lives should include both moments of joy and moments of growth through difficulties. Each person in our family offers us something unique: a perspective, a lesson, a quality that helps us become more complete. Visualize each member of your family of the heart enveloped in golden light, silently sending your gratitude and benevolence to each one. Even those with whom you may have disagreements deserve recognition for their role in your personal evolution. Place your hand on your heart and feel gratitude for every soul who has chosen to be a part of my journey. May our family always be a circle of love and mutual growth. Gratitude Practice 12. The friends who illuminate life's path now direct your loving attention to these special treasures who are your true friends, those luminous beings who chose you not out of family obligation, but out of soul affinity, mutual recognition, genuine joy in sharing existence. Friendship is one of the purest gifts life offers. Remember the most beautiful moments shared with your friends, conversations that lasted until dawn, laughter that healed invisible wounds, shared silences that spoke more than 1,000 words, moments of celebration where joy multiplied by being shared, difficult times where a friendly presence made all the difference. Buddhist teachings speak of the Sangha, the spiritual community, as one of the 3 fundamental treasures for awakening. Your true friends are your personal Sangha, those who support you not only in easy times, but especially when you need a reminder of who you truly are beneath the masks of the ego. Each friend brings a different mirror where you can see unique aspects of your own nature. One friend reflects your ability to laugh, another your natural wisdom, another your strength in difficult times. Through the eyes of friends, you learn to recognize and value your own qualities. Visualize each true friend surrounded by golden light, silently sending gratitude for every moment shared, for every lesson learned together, for every joy multiplied and every pain lessened through sincere friendship. Whisper with a full heart, gratitude for these soul companions. May our friendship always be a mirror of the purest love and a support for our mutual growth. Gratitude Practice 13. The disguised masters who teach us patience. Now, allow your mind to turn wisely to those people who may initially seem challenging in your life, those who tested your patience, who challenged your beliefs, who forced you to grow even when you preferred to remain in your comfort zone. Buddhist masters taught that some of our greatest teachers arrived disguised as difficulty. These people are camouflaged gifts of existence, mirrors that reflect aspects of ourselves that need attention, catalysts that accelerate our spiritual growth through conscious friction. Without them, our compassion would remain theoretical. Our patience would never be tested. Our capacity to love unconditionally would never be developed beyond the superficial. Think of those people who most challenged you recently. Instead of resisting the memory, approach it with compassionate curiosity. What qualities did these situations awaken in you? Perhaps a patience you didn't know you possessed, an inner strength that surprised even yourself, an ability to maintain inner peace even amidst external chaos. The Buddha taught that our enemies are actually our greatest spiritual benefactors, as they offer us constant opportunities to practice the highest qualities of human consciousness. They are cosmic volunteers who have accepted the difficult role of provoking our growth. Through resistance, visualize these people enveloped in golden light, sending gratitude not for the difficulty itself, but for the opportunity for development that they represented. See how each challenge strengthened spiritual muscles that would have remained weak without exercise. Whisper with mature wisdom gratitude for the disguised masters. I acknowledge that through you I learned to access reserves of love and patience that I didn't even know I possessed. Gratitude Practice 14. The dwelling that houses our earthly journey. Turn your loving attention to this sacred space that you call home, not just the walls and roof, but the energetic environment you have created to nurture your soul, the refuge where you can be authentically yourself, the sanctuary where your private life blossoms away from the eyes of the world. Contemplate each room of your dwelling, with eyes of gratitude. The kitchen where you prepare food that nourishes the body, transforming ingredients into tangible love. The bedroom where you rest and dream, where your body regenerates and your soul travels through dimensions beyond the physical. The space where you meditate, read, reflect, where you cultivate your inner life. Even if your dwelling is simple, it represents something miraculous, a piece of planet Earth that you can temporarily call your own, a place where you have autonomy to create an environment that reflects your deepest values, where you can practice hospitality by offering this space to welcome those you love. Think of all the significant moments that have happened in this space, important conversations, memorable celebrations, moments of quietude that nourished your soul, nights of restorative sleep that renewed your energy. These walls are silent witnesses to your evolution as a human being. Visualize a golden light radiating from every corner of your dwelling, purifying any heavy energy, blessing each object with harmony, filling each space with peace and protection. Feel how this home is an extension of your heart materialized in the physical world. Look around with acknowledgement and whisper gratitude for this earthly sanctuary. May this space always be a refuge of peace and a radiator of love for the world. Gratitude Practice 15. The foods that nourish body and soul. In this moment of quietude, allow your consciousness to turn with reverence to all the foods that nourished your body to date. Grain of rice, each sweet fruit, each sip of pure water. In Buddhist teachings, food is considered sacred, as it represents the infinite generosity of Mother Earth and the interconnectedness of all life. Contemplate the miraculous journey that each food took to reach your plate. The seeds planted by working hands, the fertile earth that offered its minerals, the rain and sun that nourished the growth, the insects that pollinated, the workers who harvested with dedication. Each meal is the result of the collaboration of hundreds of beings and natural forces. When you eat consciously, you participate in a sacred ritual of communion with all creation. Your body transforms these gifts of nature into energy that allows you to love, serve, create, dream. Each cell of your body is literally built from the elements that the earth generously offers. Think of the simple yet profound pleasure of savoring a meal prepared with love, the comfort of a warm tea on a cold afternoon, the sweetness of a ripe fruit, the satiety after a moment of hunger. These small pleasures are constant reminders of the fundamental goodness of existence. Even water, this essential element that makes up most of your body, represents a constant miracle. It traveled through the eternal cycle of clouds, rains, rivers, and oceans before reaching you, carrying in its molecular structure the memory of its cosmic journey. Visualize a golden light enveloping your digestive system, filling each organ with gratitude, optimizing its ability to absorb not only physical nutrients, but also the energy of love and care that comes with consciously prepared food. Place your hand on your stomach and acknowledge gratitude for every food that nourishes my existence. May I receive these gifts of the earth with reverence and transform them into energy to serve the greater good. Gratitude Practice 16. The nature that teaches us sacred cycles. Now, turn your attention to the great teacher, always available to instruct us on rhythms, cycles, renewal, and impermanence. Nature. Even if you live in an urban setting, you're constantly surrounded by manifestations of natural wisdom: the air you breathe, the water you drink, the wood of your furniture, the plants adorning your spaces. Nature is a living book of Buddhist teachings. It perfectly demonstrates impermanence through the succession of seasons, interdependence through complex ecosystems where each element relies on others, and constant renewal through the cycles of death and rebirth we observe everywhere. Recall the most beautiful moments you've spent in direct contact with nature, perhaps walking in a redwood forest where you felt the ancient peace of the trees, watching a sunset paint the sky with impossible colors, listening to the sound of ocean waves instantly calming your restless mind, feeling the gentle breeze carrying the scent of wildflowers. Each natural element carries specific medicine for the human soul. The trees teach us about simultaneous grounding and vertical growth. The waters show us how to flow around obstacles without losing our essence. The mountains demonstrate serene stability amidst storms. The flowers remind us that beauty and fragility can coexist harmoniously. Even now, resting indoors, you're breathing oxygen produced by plants, sustained by Earth's gravity, receiving elements forged in the heart of stars. You are nature, conscious of itself. Visualize yourself surrounded by an energetic garden of peace, where each plant, each tree, each flower sends blessings of harmony and connection. Feel how your essence naturally aligns with cosmic rhythms as you remember you're an inseparable part of this sacred web of life. Breathe deeply and whisper, "Gratitude for nature that teaches and sustains me. May I always live in harmony with sacred cycles and in reverence for the web of life." Gratitude Practice 17. The work that gives purpose to our days now. Direct your attention to a fundamental dimension of human experience. The work that occupies your hours, whether paid or voluntary, creative or operational, individual or collaborative. Buddhist teachings remind us that conscious work is a form of meditation in action, an opportunity to serve the greater good while developing our abilities and expressing our unique talents. Even if your current work isn't exactly what you dream of doing, it offers precious gifts, the opportunity to sustain your life and perhaps others, the chance to develop skills and discipline, meaningful human connections, and above all, the dignity that comes from contributing in some way to the functioning of human society. Contemplate the people whose work makes your daily life possible, those who cultivated and processed your food, who built your home, who keep the systems of water, electricity, and communication running. Each service you utilize represents hours of dedication from human beings who chose to apply their energies to make the lives of others easier. Think of moments when your work brought genuine satisfaction, when you solved a complex problem, when you helped someone significantly, when you created something beautiful or useful, when you worked harmoniously with colleagues toward a common goal. These moments reveal the sacred potential that exists in any activity performed with conscious presence and intention. Even the most challenging aspects of work can be teachers in disguise, developing in you qualities like patience, perseverance, adaptability, and the ability to find meaning even in seemingly mundane tasks. Conscious work transforms any activity into spiritual practice. Visualize a golden light enveloping your work environment, blessing each tool, each professional relationship, each project you're involved in. See how your work energy connects with the vast network of mutual service that sustains all of human civilization. Place your hands over your heart and acknowledge gratitude for the opportunity to serve through my work. May my work energy always be a conscious contribution to collective well-being. Gratitude Practice 18. The lessons disguised in every challenge now. Turn your wise attention to those moments that initially seemed like mere difficulties but later revealed themselves to be some of your greatest teachers. the challenges that forged your inner strength, the losses that deepened your compassion, the failures that redirected you to better paths, the pains that opened your heart to dimensions of love previously unknown. Buddhist wisdom teaches that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can always choose how we relate to what happens. This conscious choice transforms any circumstance, however difficult, into an opportunity for growth, an invitation to discover reserves of strength and wisdom that would remain dormant without the stimulus of adversity. Observe how some of your moments of greatest personal growth came not from easy and comfortable periods, but from those times when life pushed you beyond your known comfort zones. It was through navigating turbulent waters that you developed spiritual muscles that are now a permanent part of your character. Think of a recent situation that brought stress or worry. Now look at it through the lens of gratitude. What qualities is this situation inviting you to develop? Perhaps more patience, greater discernment, an improved ability to maintain inner peace amidst external chaos, or a deeper understanding of the impermanence of all circumstances. Each challenge carries within it the antidote to its own difficulty. External obstacles often point to internal locks that are ready to be opened. The situations that arouse the most resistance in us are precisely those that have the most to teach us about conscious surrender and wise acceptance. Visualize each past and present challenge enveloped in golden light, acknowledging that even the most difficult experiences contributed to sculpting the wise and compassionate version of yourself that exists today. See how each difficulty overcome added a new tool to your life wisdom kit. Breathe deeply and whisper, "Gratitude for the challenges that strengthened me. I acknowledge that, through conscious difficulties, I discovered who I truly am beneath superficial fears." Gratitude Practice 19. The education that opened worlds of possibilities. Allow your mind to turn with acknowledgement to all the forms of education that have expanded your horizons throughout your life, from the first teachers who introduced you to letters and numbers, to the informal mentors who taught you through example, to the books that opened new universes of understanding, and to the experiences that became practical lessons in wisdom. Education is much more than the accumulation of information. It's the sacred process through which human consciousness expands, refines, and connects with the vastness of knowledge accumulated by humanity over millennia. Every skill you possess, every insight you carry, every reasoning ability you utilize, all this is the fruit of the generosity of countless educators who dedicated their lives to transmitting wisdom. Remember those special teachers who marked your journey. Perhaps someone who believed in you when you doubted yourself, someone who presented a subject so engagingly that it sparked a lasting passion, someone who challenged you to think beyond obvious limits, someone who served as a model of how to live with integrity and wisdom. Contemplate also the moments of learning that happened outside of formal classrooms, deep conversations with friends that altered your perspective, travels that broadened your understanding of other cultures, life experiences that taught lessons no book could convey, even mistakes that transformed into valuable insights into what works and what doesn't. The ability to read these words at this moment is the result of a complex educational miracle. Someone taught you to associate symbols with sounds, sounds with meanings, meanings with concepts, concepts with realities. Through education, you gained access to thousands of years of human wisdom concentrated in books, courses, and oral traditions. Visualize an infinite golden library, representing everything you've already learned and everything you can still learn. See how each new piece of knowledge organically connects with what you already know, creating an increasingly rich network of understanding about life, about yourself, and about the universe. Place your hand on your forehead and acknowledge with humility, gratitude for all the educators who expanded my consciousness. May I always use this knowledge in the service of wisdom and compassion. Gratitude. Practice 20. The time that allows life to unfold now. Turn your attention to one of the most mysterious and precious dimensions of existence, time. This invisible flow that allows experiences to unfold, growth to occur, relationships to deepen, dreams to manifest through the ordered sequence of moments we call life. Time is simultaneously limited and infinite, linear and cyclical, precious and abundant. Each passing second will never return exactly the same, but each present moment contains within it all eternity. The Buddhist tradition teaches that a conscious relationship with time is one of the keys to inner peace and spiritual fulfillment. Contemplate how time has been your silent ally in all the important processes of your life. Time allowed you to gradually grow from childhood to maturity, to heal deep emotional wounds, to develop skills through repeated practice, to deepen relationships through years of shared experiences. Think of moments when time seemed to expand, when you were completely absorbed in an activity you loved, during deep meditations, in moments of intense connection with nature or loved ones. These moments reveal that your experience of time is shaped by the quality of your presence and attention. Remember also the moments when you initially resisted the passage of time, when you wanted beautiful experiences to last forever, or when you wished difficult periods would pass more quickly. Gradually, wisdom teaches that consciously flowing with time, instead of resisting it, is a source of serenity and acceptance. The time you have available in this life is simultaneously your most limited resource and your most generous gift. Each day offers 24 fresh hours. Each week brings new possibilities. Each year is an opportunity for growth and contribution that never existed before and will never exist again. Visualize time as a golden river flowing through your experience, carrying you gently from the memories of the past through the vividness of the present toward the possibilities of the future. See how you can learn to consciously navigate this temporal river. Gratitude practice 21. The creativity that flows through our essence. Turn your loving attention to one of the most magical forces flowing through the human condition, your creative capacity. This doesn't only manifest through traditional arts, but in every original solution you find for everyday problems, every unique way of expressing love, every personal way of organizing your life, every insight born from the interaction between your consciousness and the world around you. Creativity is the force of the universe expressing itself through your unique human form. When you create, whether a delicious dish, a meaningful conversation, a harmonious environment in your home, or simply a new perspective on an old situation, you consciously participate in the cosmic impulse that gave rise to the stars, the galaxies, and all the extraordinary diversity of life. Remember recent moments when you felt the creative flow moving through you, perhaps when you improvised an elegant solution to a practical problem, when you expressed an idea in a way that touched someone's heart, when you organized seemingly disconnected elements into a beautiful and functional pattern, or when you simply allowed your authenticity to express itself without censorship. The Buddhist tradition teaches that authentic creativity arises not from forced effort, but from relaxed receptivity, a state of openness, where you become a channel through which universal intelligence can manifest. Moments of greatest inspiration often arrive when you stop trying to control the process and simply allow it to flow. Contemplate how your creativity is absolutely unique in the universe. No one else has exactly your combination of experiences, perspectives, sensitivities, and talents. When you create from your authentic center, you offer the world something that never existed before and will never exist again. An irreplaceable gift of your essence to the totality of existence. Visualize a golden fountain of creativity springing from the center of your being, sending streams of inspiration to nourish all aspects of your life. See how this creativity is not separate from your spirituality, but is a direct expression of your divine nature manifesting through human form. Place your hands over your heart and acknowledge gratitude for the creativity that flows through me. May I always be an open channel for the expression of beauty and innovation that want to be born through my life. Gratitude Practice 22. The memories that weave the tapestry of our history. Now turn your attention to that living archive of experiences residing in your mind, your memories. They are far more than mere records of the past. They are the very substance from which your identity is. Woven, the golden threads that connect disparate moments into a coherent narrative of growth, love, learning, and discovery. Your most precious memories are like jewels kept in the vault of your heart. The first "I love you" you heard or said. Moments of shared laughter that brightened difficult days. Achievements that filled you with rightful pride. Landscapes that indelibly touched your soul. Conversations that shifted your perspective on life. Small acts of kindness you received or OFFERED. Consider how your memories form a unique and irreplaceable library of experiential wisdom. Every situation you've lived through, every person you've met, every place you've visited, every emotion you've experienced has contributed to the building of the wise and compassionate being you are today. Your memories are the building blocks of your personality and your wisdom. The Buddhist tradition teaches that a conscious relationship with memories is a delicate art. To honor and learn from the past without being imprisoned by it, to extract wisdom from experiences without limitingly identifying with them, to allow painful memories to be teachers of compassion without letting them define your future possibilities. Think of how your memories are neurological miracles. Your mind can instantly reconstruct experiences from decades ago with surprising sensory richness. You can revisit conversations with loved ones who have passed, relive moments of natural beauty that nourished your soul, re-experience discoveries that expanded your understanding of the world. Even the most challenging memories carry gifts of growth. Situations that initially brought pain often reveal themselves, in retrospect, as turning points that directed you to better paths, developed your resilience, or deepened your capacity for empathy with others going through similar difficulties. Visualize your memories as an inner garden where each experience is a unique, flowersome, radiant, and fragrant, others more understated but equally valuable, all contributing to the complex beauty of the whole. See how you can consciously stroll through this garden, harvesting wisdom and gratitude. Breathe deeply into your most cherished memories and whisper, "Gratitude for all the richness of experiences that shape my story. May I honor my past as a foundation for an even more radiant future." Gratitude Practice 23. The capacity to dream and imagine possible futures. Now turn your attention to one of the most extraordinary capacities of the human mind, its ability to transcend the present moment through imagination, to visualize possibilities that do not yet exist, to dream of better futures, and to use these dreams as maps to guide your actions in the present. This capacity to imagine is what fundamentally distinguishes human consciousness and makes all progress and evolution possible. Contemplate for a moment the dreams that inhabit your heart, visions of deeper relationships, of more meaningful contributions to the world, of more fulfilled versions of yourself, of experiences your soul still longs to live. These dreams are not escapism, but seeds of future realities awaiting the appropriate conditions to germinate. The Buddhist tradition teaches that conscious imagination is a form of creative prayer. When you visualize with clarity and genuine feeling, you set in motion subtle forces that begin to organize reality in the direction of your highest dreams. Imagination is a spiritual technology for consciously co-creating with the evolutionary forces of the universe. Remember past dreams that have materialized in your life, perhaps relationships you visualized before manifesting, professional achievements that first existed in your imagination, travel experiences or personal growth you dreamed of long before experiencing them. These successes reveal the real power of focused imagination aligned with your higher development. Even when your dreams take time to manifest, or manifest in ways different from what you originally imagined, the very act of dreaming transforms them. Visualizing desired futures activates qualities within you that begin to modify your present experience. More hope, greater clarity of purpose, directed energy, faith in possibilities. The capacity to imagine also allows you to anticipate consequences before making important decisions, to empathetically put yourself in the place of other people, to mentally explore different scenarios before choosing how to act. This ability is a sophisticated form of practical wisdom that guides better life choices. Visualize your highest dreams as golden stars shining on the horizon of your consciousness, gently guiding you in the direction of your greatest good and your most authentic service to the world. See how each conscious step in the present brings them closer to manifestation. Place your hands over your heart and whisper gratitude for the sacred capacity to dream and imagine. May my dreams always be expressions of my highest potential, and may they inspire me to actions that benefit all beings. Gratitude Practice 24. The music that lifts the soul to celestial spheres. Direct your loving attention to one of the most universal and transformative languages that exists, music. It transcends cultural, linguistic, and temporal barriers, speaking directly to the soul through vibrations that can uplift the spirit, heal emotional wounds, awaken precious memories, and connect you with dimensions of beauty that exist beyond words. Remember the songs that marked important moments in your life. Perhaps a song that played during a moment of deep love, a melody that brought comfort during difficult times, a rhythm that awakened your joy during moments of celebration, or a composition that opened portals of transcendence during meditations or spiritual contemplations. Music is one of the most direct proofs that there are dimensions of reality that transcend the purely material. How can one rationally explain why certain combinations of sounds can move you to tears, awaken feelings of nostalgia for places you've never visited, or elevate your consciousness to states of peace and expansion that words cannot describe? Buddhist masters have long recognized the power of mantra sacred, sounds that, when consciously repeated, can harmonize the mind, purify the heart, and connect individual consciousness with universal frequencies of peace and wisdom. All genuine music carries aspects of this mantric quality, organizing the vibrations of your energy according to harmonious patterns. Contemplate how music instantly connects you with other human beings. When you listen to a song you love, you know that thousands or millions of other people around the world have also been touched by those same vibrations. Music creates an invisible communion between hearts that may be separated by continents but united by emotional resonance. Visualize golden waves of universal music flowing through your being, harmonizing every cell, pacifying every thought, filling your heart with the pure frequency of cosmic joy. Feel how you are simultaneously a receiver and transmitter of this celestial music. Breathe in harmony with the deepest rhythms of the universe and whisper gratitude for the music that elevates my soul. May I always be attuned to the harmonies that connect all beings in the grand symphony of existence. Gratitude Practice 25. The seasons that teach the cycles of renewal. Now turn your attention to those silent but eloquent teachers that are the seasons of the year. Even if you live in a region where seasonal changes are subtle, the entire planet participates in this cosmic rhythm of renewal that teaches about impermanence, patience, divine timing, and the inherent beauty of each phase of natural cycles. Contemplate the profound wisdom that each season offers. Springtime, which demonstrates how life always finds ways to be reborn, even after the harshest winters. Summer, which shows the abundance that emerges when conditions are ripe. Autumn, which teaches about the beauty of letting go of what has completed its cycle. Winter, which reveals the importance of periods of introspection and preparation. Remember the most beautiful moments you've experienced in harmony with each season. Perhaps spring walks when you observed new buds emerging from the still cold earth. Summer afternoons when you felt the fullness of life manifested in all its abundance. Autumn walks when you witnessed the elegance with which nature prepares for dormancy. Winter nights when you found a special peace in the quietude and simplicity. The seasons are cosmic calendars that connect us to rhythms far larger than our individual life cycles that have operated for billions of years and will continue long beyond our physical existence. When you consciously align yourself with these rhythms, you participate in an ancestral dance between the earth, the sun, and the moon that predates all human civilization. Observe how the seasons perfectly reflect the cycles of your own inner life, periods of germination when new ideas and possibilities begin to form, times of blossoming, when your talents manifest in all their power, moments of harvest when you can enjoy the fruits of your growth, and phases of withdrawal when your soul prepares for the next expansion. The Buddhist tradition teaches that deeply understanding impermanence, perfectly exemplified by the seasons, is one of the fundamental keys to inner peace. When you accept that everything in life has its appropriate time of arrival and departure, you develop the equanimity that allows you to fully appreciate each phase without desperately clinging to it. Visualize yourself dancing harmoniously with the seasons, absorbing the specific medicine that each one offers, the renewing energy of spring, the abundant vitality of summer, the wisdom of autumnal detachment, the contemplative peace of winter. Gratitude Practice 26. The water that flows as the essence of life. Turn your attention to this sacred element that makes up more than 70% of your body. Water. Every sip you drink today connected you to the eternal cycle of rain, rivers, oceans, and clouds. The same water that flows in your veins has already bathed ancestral mountains, nourished ancient forests, and been part of other living beings throughout the ages. You participate in the great aquatic cycle that unites all life on earth. Contemplate the moments today when water brought renewal, the bath that washed away not only physical dirt but also accumulated tensions, the warm tea that warmed your body and soul, the sips of pure water that quenched your thirst and revitalized your cells. Water is liquid medicine that constantly flows through your being, carrying nutrients and eliminating toxins. Buddhist teachings frequently use water as a metaphor for spiritual qualities. The fluidity that circumvents obstacles without resistance, the transparency that reflects clearly without distortion, the ability to take the form of any container while maintaining its essence. Water teaches about adaptability without loss of identity. Think of the diversity of forms that water takes. The raindrops that nourish the earth, the rivers that carry life across continents, the oceans that regulate the planetary climate, the clouds that travel across the skies distributing moisture. Each form serves a specific purpose in the great cycle that sustains all life. Water also possesses healing qualities recognized by all spiritual traditions. It purifies not only physically but energetically, carrying away dense energies and restoring natural fluidity to bodily and emotional systems. Conscious baths can be profound rituals of renewal. Visualize yourself as a conscious aquatic being, flowing with the wisdom of water through life's challenges, always maintaining your essential purity while adapting to circumstances. Feel gratitude for this element that makes possible every vital process in your body. Whisper with fluidity, gratitude for the sacred water that sustains me. May I flow through life with the wisdom of water, gentle yet persistent, clear yet profound. Gratitude practice 27. The inner fire that heats and illuminates. Direct your attention to the metabolic fire that constantly burns in every cell of your body, transforming food into energy. Maintaining your ideal body temperature, allowing every movement, every thought, every heartbeat. This inner fire is a sacred flame that connects you to the sun, that nourishes the entire solar system. Think of the moments today when different forms of fire brought comfort. Perhaps the warmth of the sun on your skin, the flame of the stove that prepared your food, the artificial light that illuminated your surroundings after nightfall. Fire, in its multiple manifestations, is a constant partner in the human experience. Fire also represents the passion that drives your dreams, the determination that overcomes obstacles, the enthusiasm that makes life vibrant and meaningful. This inner fire is the force that transforms potential into manifestation, that converts dreams into reality through conscious action. Contemplate how fire possesses seemingly contradictory but harmoniously integrated qualities. It can be destructive when uncontrolled, but it is absolutely essential for life when consciously channeled. Fire purifies by burning impurities, warms by providing comfort, illuminates by dispelling darkness. In the Buddhist tradition, the fire of wisdom burns the illusions of the ego without destroying the compassionate essence of being. This spiritual fire consumes only that which does not serve growth, leaving intact and, in fact, strengthening the Buddhist nature that is your most precious heritage. Visualize a golden flame shining in your heart, radiating the warmth of unconditional love and the light of clear wisdom. Feel how this inner fire can burn away any negativity and illuminate any darkness you encounter. Acknowledge with fervor gratitude for the sacred fire that animates me. May my inner flame always burn with love, wisdom, and compassionate service. Gratitude practice 28. The air that carries life and connection. Let your awareness expand to embrace this invisible yet essential element that completely surrounds your body, the air. With each breath, you participate in an intimate exchange with all the vegetation on the planet. Plants offer oxygen as a gift to your lungs, and you return carbon dioxide as nourishment for them. Consider how the air carries much more than breathable gases. It transports the perfumes of flowers that awaken memories, breezes that refresh your skin, sounds that connect you with other beings, and subtle energies that nourish deeper dimensions of your being. Air also represents the space of freedom, the lightness that allows you to transcend limitations, the ability to rise above earthly densities. When you breathe consciously, you invite not only oxygen, but expansion and possibility into your experience. Buddhist masters taught that the conscious control of breath is one of the fundamental keys to inner peace and mental clarity. Through breath, you can directly influence your emotional state and the quality of your consciousness. Think of the diversity of airs you have breathed, the crisp mountain air that filled your lungs with vitality, the ocean breeze laden with negative ions that instantly calmed your mind, the fragrant air of blooming gardens that sparked spontaneous joy, even the city air, which, despite impurities, still carries the vital gift of oxygen. Air also teaches about conscious invisibility forces that operate constantly without drawing attention to themselves, yet are absolutely essential for the continuity of life. How many blessings in your life operate with this same quiet discretion? Breathe deeply the air of gratitude and whisper, "Gratitude for the air that connects me with all life." May each breath be a celebration of freedom and universal interconnection. Gratitude practice 29. The firm earth that supports our journey. Turn your loving attention to this solid and generous base that supports every step of your existence, the earth. Even when you don't think about it, this extraordinary planet spins perfectly through space, keeping you safe through precise gravitational forces, offering all the resources necessary for life to flourish. Contemplate the earth's infinite generosity. It produces your food through fertile soils, offers materials for your dwelling through minerals and plants, filters and purifies water through complex natural cycles, and maintains a breathable atmosphere through processes that took billions of years to establish. Remember the most beautiful moments of direct connection with the earth, perhaps walking barefoot on the grass, feeling sand between your toes on the beach, hugging an ancient tree, gardening with your hands in the soil, or simply sitting on the ground, feeling the comforting solidity that is always available to support you. The earth teaches about stability, patience, unconditional generosity, and the wisdom of nurturing life without expecting recognition. She is the cosmic mother who nourishes her human children even when they forget to thank or care for her with reverence. Think of the extraordinary diversity that the earth harbors, from the ocean depths to the mountain peaks, from arid deserts to lush tropical forests. Each ecosystem perfectly adapted to its specific conditions, all working in harmony to maintain planetary balance. Buddhist tradition recognizes the earth as one of the witnesses to Buddha's awakening. When Mara questioned his spiritual authority, the Buddha touched the earth, asking it to witness his life of compassionate practice. The earth responded with tremors of confirmation. Visualize golden roots growing from your feet, connecting you deeply with the heart of the earth. Feel how you can absorb stability, patience, and nourishing strength directly from this connection with Mother Earth. Touch the ground with reverence and acknowledge gratitude to Mother Earth, who always sustains me. May I walk upon her with reverence and care for her as she cares for me. Gratitude practice 30. The space that allows movement and growth. Now direct your attention to this subtle yet fundamental element, space. Not just the physical space around you, but the space of consciousness that allows thoughts to arise and dissolve. The space between breaths where deep peace dwells. The inner space where your soul can expand without limitations. Contemplate how space makes all experience possible. Without space, there would be no movement, growth, dance, exploration. Space is the cosmic canvas upon which all life paints its experiences. Even the most intimate. Space is your home, your room, the corners where you retreat to silence or gifts that allow your existence to unfold. Buddhist tradition teaches that the nature of Buddha is like space, vast, boundless, capable of accommodating all experiences without being disturbed by any of them. When you identify with this space of consciousness, instead of only with the content that passes through it, you find unshakable peace. Think of the spaces that most nourish your soul, perhaps a garden where you feel in harmony with nature, a quiet corner where you meditate, spacious places that awaken feelings of freedom and infinite possibility. These spaces are external temples that reflect the inner temple of your consciousness. Space also teaches about receptivity, the ability to welcome without judging, to contain without possessing, to allow without controlling. Space never resists what happens within it, but also is never permanently altered by any event it contains. Visualize your consciousness expanding to fill all the space around you, then beyond the limits of your room, your house, your city, until it embraces the infinite space between the stars. Feel how you are both the observer and the space of observation itself. Breathe in the infinite space of gratitude. I acknowledge the sacred space that allows all experience. May my consciousness always be spacious as the sky, welcoming all with serenity. Gratitude Practice 31. The animals who share this planet with us. Direct your attention with tenderness to the countless beings who share this planet with us. The animals, from the domestic companions who offer unconditional love, to the wild animals that maintain ecosystems in balance. Each species contributes to the rich tapestry of life on Earth. If you have or have had a pet, remember the purity of the love they demonstrate, without judgments about your mood, appearance, or financial circumstances. They simply love your presence. Animals are natural masters of mindful presence, living completely in the present moment without worrying about the past or future. Contemplate also the animals you never see directly, but that make your life possible. The bees that pollinate the plants that produce your food. The birds that spread seeds, creating the forests that purify your air. The soil microorganisms that decompose organic matter, creating fertility for new growth. Buddhist teachings recognize all animals as sentient, beings worthy of compassion and respect. They teach us different qualities: the loyalty of dogs, the independence of cats, the collaboration of bees, the patience of turtles, the courage of lions, the wisdom of elephants. Even the animals you consume as food deserve deep gratitude for the sacrifice of their lives to nourish yours. This conscious gratitude transforms the act of eating into sacred communion and awakens a responsibility not to waste the gift of their lives. Think of the most beautiful moments of connection with animals, perhaps observing birds singing at dawn, being followed by an affectionate cat, receiving the exuberant joy of a happy dog, or simply witnessing the natural grace with which animals move through the world. Visualize a golden light connecting your heart with all the animals on the planet, sending gratitude and blessings to each species. Feel how you are all children of the same Mother Earth, each expressing unique aspects of cosmic creativity. Place your hand on your heart and acknowledge gratitude for all the animals who share this planet. May I always live in respectful harmony with all forms of sentient life. Gratitude Practice 32. The plants that breathe with us. Now turn your attention to these silent but essential beings that are the plants. They are your constant respiratory partners. While you exhale carbon dioxide, they gratefully absorb it and return purified oxygen. This is one of the most fundamental and beautiful relationships of life. Respiratory dance that connects the plant and animal kingdoms in sacred interdependence. Contemplate the silent generosity of plants. They produce the foods that nourish your body, purify the air you breathe, create environments of beauty that nourish your soul, offer natural medicines that heal your illnesses, and do all this without asking for anything in return besides water, earth, and sunlight. Remember the most beautiful moments of connection with the plant kingdom, perhaps walking in a forest where you felt the ancestral presence of the trees, observing flowers blooming in the spring, picking fruits directly from the tree, or simply resting in the shade of a generous tree on a hot day. Plants teach about patience, gradual growth, and the wisdom of remaining rooted while stretching towards the light. They demonstrate how it is possible to be simultaneously firm and flexible, how to adapt to conditions without losing one's essence, how to bear fruit without exhausting one's own vitality. In Buddhist tradition, specific plants have profound spiritual meanings. The Bodhi tree, under which Buddha attained enlightenment. The lotus flower, that symbolizes purity emerging from the mud. The bamboo, that teaches about flexibility and resilience. Each plant is a silent teacher of spiritual qualities. Think of the extraordinary diversity of the plant kingdom, from microscopic mosses to giant sequoias, from resilient desert cacti to floating aquatic plants. Each species perfectly adapted to its ecological niche, all contributing to planetary balance. Visualize roots of light connecting you with all the plants on the planet, creating a network of energy exchange where you mutually nourish each other. Feel how your conscious breathing strengthens this sacred partnership between the animal and plant kingdoms. Gratitude Practice 33. The lunar cycles that regulate our internal rhythms. Direct your attention to this silent companion that shines in the night sky, the moon. Even if you don't see it every night, it's always there, going through its eternal cycles of waxing and waning, subtly influencing ocean tides, the growth rhythms of plants, and the internal cycles of your own body. The moon teaches about the beauty of impermanence, consciously accepted. It does not resist the changes of its phases, but flows gracefully from new to crescent, from full to waning, demonstrating that constant transformation can be lived with serenity and natural dignity. Contemplate how different lunar phases have accompanied important moments in your life. Perhaps a full moon that illuminated a night of celebration or deep contemplation, a new moon that marked a new beginning, crescent moons that witnessed your periods of personal growth, waning moons that coincided with moments of releasing what no longer served. Buddhist tradition recognizes the moon as a symbol of the enlightened mind, sometimes obscured by clouds of mental confusion, but always present behind them, always complete in its essence, even when it seems diminished by limited perspective. The waxing moon represents the Buddhic nature that is never truly lost, only temporarily veiled. Remember nights when moonlight created a special atmosphere of mystery and beauty, perhaps night walks under the moonlight, romantic moments bathed in silvery light, or simply periods of insomnia transformed into serene contemplation by the comforting lunar presence. Visualize the silvery light of the moon bathing your entire being, synchronizing your internal rhythms with cosmic cycles, reminding you that you are part of a universal dance much larger than your individual life. Look towards the night sky and whisper, "Gratitude for the moon that regulates my rhythms." May I flow with the natural cycles, honoring both the times of growth and the times of withdrawal. Gratitude Practice 34. The sun that energizes all life, turn your attention to this magnificent star that makes all life on earth possible. The sun, even now, during the night, it continues to shine on the other side of the planet, warming other regions, allowing plants to perform photosynthesis, maintaining the climatic cycles that sustain the entire terrestrial biosphere. Contemplate how every cell in your body carries transformed solar energy. The food you eat grew through solar photosynthesis. The energy that moves your muscles is converted solar energy. Even fossil fuels are sunlight stored in the earth millions of years ago. You are literally made of materialized sunlight. Remember the most beautiful moments of direct connection with the sun. Perhaps a sunrise that filled your heart with renewed hope. Golden afternoons that created an atmosphere of peace and contemplation. Moments of solar warmth on your skin that sparked spontaneous gratitude for cosmic generosity. The sun teaches about giving without expecting anything in return. For 4.6 billion years, it has been radiating energy continuously, sustaining all terrestrial life, without ever asking for recognition or compensation. This solar generosity is a model for unconditional love and selfless service. In Buddhist tradition, the sun represents spiritual enlightenment, the ability to radiate wisdom and compassion that benefits all beings around. Just as the sun shines equally on the just and the unjust, awakened consciousness offers its light to all without discrimination. Visualize a golden sun shining in your heart, radiating warmth, light, and vital energy to every cell of your body and to all beings around you. Feel how you can be a conscious sun, offering your own unique light to illuminate and warm the world. Place your hand over your heart and acknowledge gratitude for the sun that energizes all life. May I shine with solar generosity, offering my light to benefit all beings. Gratitude Practice 35. The stars connecting to infinity. Now lift your consciousness beyond the solar system and contemplate these distant lights that dot the night sky, the stars. Each point of light you see is a gigantic sun, many accompanied by their own planets, some perhaps harboring life forms you can't even imagine. The stars connect you to the cosmic immensity and your stellar origin. Contemplate the extraordinary truth that you are literally made of stars. The elements that compose your body were forged in the cores of ancestral stars that lived, shone, and died billions of years before Earth's formation. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen in your lungs all were born in the fiery heart of stars that completed their cosmic cycles. Remember moments when contemplating the stars awakened in you sensations of awe and cosmic connection. Perhaps nights camping when the absence of light pollution revealed the Milky Way in all its glory. Moments of nocturnal contemplation when the stars offered perspective on the magnitude of existence. Perhaps a clear night overlooking the Pacific Ocean, the stars mirroring the vastness of the sea. The stars teach about sustained brilliance. Many of the lights you see in the sky have traveled millions or billions of years through space to reach your eyes at this moment. This encounter between ancient starlight and your present consciousness is a miracle of cosmic synchronicity that happens every night. In the Buddhist tradition, the stars represent the countless multitude of enlightened beings, shining with its own light of wisdom and compassion, but all connected in the universal constellation of awakened consciousness. Contemplating the stars is remembering that you are not alone on your spiritual journey. Visualize yourself as a conscious star, radiating your own unique light into the cosmos of existence, connected through invisible rays of light with all the other stars of consciousness shining throughout the universe. Look at the starry sky and whisper, "Gratitude for the stars that connect me to infinity. May I shine with my unique light while recognizing my unity with all creation." Gratitude Practice 36. The spiritual masters who illuminated the path now direct your attention with reverence to those extraordinary beings who dedicated their lives to spiritual awakening and then generously shared their discoveries to illuminate the path of others. The spiritual masters, beginning with the historical Buddha and extending through all traditions. These beings offered precious maps to navigate the journey of consciousness. Contemplate the extraordinary generosity of Siddhartha Gautama, who, after achieving enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, dedicated the next 45 years of his life to teaching the path to liberation from suffering. Instead of keeping his discoveries as a personal privilege, he shared them freely with anyone sincerely interested in awakening. Think of the masters from different traditions who have touched your life, perhaps through books that expanded your spiritual understanding, teachings that offered transformative perspectives, meditative practices that brought genuine peace, or simply examples of how to live with wisdom, compassion, and integrity. Perhaps through the teachings of a local shaman, passed down through generations. Even if you have never met a spiritual master personally, you constantly benefit from the legacy of wisdom they left behind. Every meditation technique you practice, every insight into the nature of the mind you understand, every method for cultivating compassion you utilize, all of this is the fruit of the dedication of masters who perfected these practices through decades or entire lifetimes of spiritual development. True spiritual masters do not seek adoration or dependence, but empowerment and freedom for their students. They point to the moon of enlightenment without wanting you to confuse the pointing finger with the destination to which it directs. Their goal is to awaken in you the confidence in your own Buddha nature. Visualize a golden lineage of light connecting you with all the spiritual masters who contributed to your current understanding. Feel how you are a beneficiary of millennia of spiritual dedication and how you can honor this legacy by living with greater wisdom and compassion. Gratitude Practice 37. The books that expanded our consciousness. Turn your attention to those portals of wisdom, the books that have touched your life. Each page you've read carried the thoughts of someone who dedicated time to share knowledge, experiences, or imagination. Books are intimate conversations with brilliant minds, past and present, bridges connecting your consciousness to the vastness of human knowledge accumulated over millennia. Think of those works that transformed your perspective, offered solace during difficult times, awakened dormant passions, or simply brought joy through well-told stories. Each book is a portable universe you can visit whenever you wish. Visualize an endless golden library representing all wisdom ever written, and feel gratitude for your ability to decode symbols into meaning, transforming ink on paper into expanded consciousness. Gratitude Practice 38. The technology that connects and simplifies our lives. Direct your attention to the technological miracles subtly permeating your daily existence. The device through which you access this content represents decades of human innovation, allowing you to instantly connect with wisdom, loved ones, and information from across the globe. Technology is the materialization of human creative genius, transforming science fiction dreams into practical realities that facilitate communication, learning, work, and entertainment. Contemplate how the electricity powering your devices, the internet connecting billions, the transportation systems shrinking distances all result from the collaboration of countless ingenious minds. Even the simplest technology, like a light bulb dispelling darkness, represents extraordinary achievements of human ingenuity. Visualize a golden network of technological connections enveloping the planet, facilitating learning, healing, creativity, and unity among human beings. Gratitude Practice 13.9. The art that elevates our sensitivity. Allow your consciousness to turn to all forms of art that have touched your soul. Paintings that awakened inexplicable emotions, sculptures that revealed beauty in inert matter, dances that expressed movement as bodily poetry, theater that explored the depth of the human experience. Art is a language that transcends words, communicating directly with deeper dimensions of consciousness through beauty, symbolism, and creative expression. Each artwork represents a human being attempting to share their unique vision of the world, their particular perspective on love, pain, joy, and mystery. Remember moments when a work of art stopped you in time, when something created by human hands touched parts of your soul you didn't even know existed. Art reminds us that life is more than survival, it's celebration, exploration, the expression of the sacred through the beautiful. Visualize yourself surrounded by an infinite gallery where each work radiates colorful light that nourishes different aspects of your sensitivity. Gratitude Practice 40. The moments of silence that nourish the soul. Turn your attention to those precious intervals of quietude that punctuate your life, moments when external and internal noise subsides, allowing you to access deeper layers of peace and clarity. Silence is not absence, but full presence, not emptiness, but space pregnant with possibilities. In Buddhist teachings, silence is considered the womb where wisdom is born, the fertile ground where genuine understanding germinates. Remember moments when silence brought healing, perhaps during meditations that restored your energy, solitary walks that offered perspective on complex problems, or simply moments of pause between activities that allowed you to breathe consciously. Silence teaches that you don't need to constantly fill space with noise or activity to feel alive. Some of the deepest experiences happen when you simply allow yourself to be without an agenda. Visualize yourself immersed in golden oceans of silence that wash away any agitation and restore your natural clarity. Gratitude Practice 41. The hugs that communicate love without words. Direct your loving attention to these moments of physical connection that transcend language, the sincere hugs you've given and received. A genuine hug is a conversation between hearts, an energetic exchange that can heal invisible wounds, celebrate joys, offer solace during difficult times, or simply confirm the loving presence of another being. Contemplate the variety of hugs that have marked your life, the protective embrace of parents that offered security in childhood, reconciliatory hugs that healed disagreements, celebratory hugs that multiplied shared joys, farewell hugs that honored precious connections. Each hug is a miracle of mutual vulnerability to beings choosing to lower their defenses and allow proximity that nourishes fundamental human needs for touch, acceptance, and belonging. Hugs remind you that you are not alone, that you deserve love, that you can offer comfort simply through conscious physical presence. Visualize yourself enveloped in a cosmic hug of golden light, representing the unconditional love of the universe. Gratitude Practice 42. The tears that cleanse and heal. Turn your attention to these sacred droplets that sometimes spring from your eyes, carrying more than moisture. They carry emotional release, energetic cleansing, authentic expression of deep feelings. Tears are one of the most honest languages of the human heart, communicating truths that words often fail to express. Contemplate the diversity of tears you've shed. Tears of joy that overflowed when happiness was too great to be contained internally. Tears of relief when tensions finally found an outlet. Tears of sadness that honored significant losses. Tears of gratitude when appreciation was too profound to remain dry. Each tear is an act of emotional courage, allowing inner feelings to manifest externally without censorship or shame. Tears cleanse not only physically but energetically, carrying away emotional toxins and restoring inner balance. Visualize your past and future tears as liquid pearls that purify your soul and connect you with the fundamental tenderness of the human experience. Gratitude practice 43. The smiles that radiate inner light. Allow your consciousness to illuminate itself by contemplating these little suns you carry on your face, your smiles. Each genuine smile is a radiation of inner light that benefits not only you, but everyone fortunate enough to witness it. Smiles are positively contagious, creating waves of well-being that spread through invisible networks of human connection. Remember the most beautiful smiles you've offered, perhaps upon reuniting with a loved one after a long absence, upon witnessing something genuinely funny, upon feeling spontaneous gratitude for the beauty of life, or simply upon recognizing your own happiness reflected in the mirror. Each smile is an act of generosity. You offer your inner joy as a gift to the world, creating micro-moments of light that can transform the day of strangers. Smiles also heal the one who smiles, releasing natural endorphins and reorganizing brain chemistry towards well-being. Visualize your smile as a golden source of light that spreads in concentric waves, touching hearts and awakening corresponding smiles in an infinite chain of shared joy. Gratitude practice 44. The laughter that liberates the inner child. Direct your attention to these moments of pure joy that explode through your being like spontaneous music. Your laughter. The capacity to laugh is one of the most distinctly human characteristics, an expression of joy that transcends age, culture, and language. When you laugh genuinely, all tension temporarily dissolves. Problems lose their density, and you access a state of lightness that recalls your essentially playful nature. Contemplate your most memorable moments of laughter, perhaps episodes of uncontrollable laughter shared with friends, moments when something absurdly funny happened unexpectedly, or simply moments when you could laugh at yourself with affection. Laughter is natural medicine that heals not only the mood, but the body, reducing stress, strengthening the immune system, oxygenating cells. Each burst of laughter is a spontaneous celebration of the joy of being alive, a recognition that life, even with its difficulties, constantly offers reasons for celebration. Visualize golden waves of laughter flowing through your body, releasing any excessive seriousness and reconnecting you with the natural lightness of your essence. Gratitude practice 45. The forgiveness that liberates the heart. Turn your attention to these acts of release that are forgiveness, both those you have granted and those you have received. To forgive is not to forget or approve of mistakes, but to choose to release the emotional weight that resentment carries, to choose your own peace over the need for others to pay for their mistakes. Each genuine forgiveness is an act of practical wisdom and spiritual generosity that primarily benefits the forgiver. Contemplate moments when you chose to forgive, perhaps releasing old grievances that poisoned your joy, choosing understanding over judgment, or simply recognizing that everyone makes mistakes out of ignorance or pain. Remember also the profound relief when you were forgiven, how liberating it is to know that your mistakes do not permanently define how others see you. Forgiveness is one of the purest forms of love because it chooses the well-being of the relationship over the need to be right. Visualize golden cords of forgiveness connecting your heart with all those involved in your experiences of mutual release, creating space for renewed love. Gratitude practice 46. The choices that shaped our destiny. Allow your consciousness to contemplate the extraordinary power you possess and constantly exercise your ability to choose. At every moment, you make decisions, some small, others monumental, that direct the course of your life. Even when circumstances seem limited, you always retain the supreme power to choose how to respond, what attitude to take, where to focus your attention. Reflect on past choices that proved especially wise or transformative, perhaps decisions to invest in nourishing relationships, professional choices that aligned work with purpose, moments when you chose courage over fear, or simply daily decisions to practice gratitude instead of complaining. Each conscious choice is an exercise of personal freedom and creative responsibility. You are constantly co-creating your reality through the decisions you make. Even choices that brought difficulties taught valuable lessons about discernment and consequences. Visualize a golden tree where each branch represents a past choice and each leaf a future possibility, recognizing your power to continue consciously shaping your destiny. Gratitude practice 47. The traditions that connect us to ancestors. Direct your attention to the traditions you have inherited or chosen to embrace family rituals, cultural celebrations, spiritual practices, customs that connect you to something larger than your individual life. Traditions are bridges through time that allow you to participate in streams of wisdom and meaning tested by generations. Contemplate the traditions that most nourish your soul, perhaps family celebrations that bring loved ones together, spiritual practices that connect you to the sacred rites of passage that honor important transitions, or simply inherited habits that carry ancestral love. Each tradition is a gift from those who came before they experimented, refined, and transmitted practices that they considered valuable enough to preserve. Even when you adapt traditions to your modern circumstances, you honor the accumulated wisdom of ancestors who faced challenges similar to your own. Traditions offer continuity in a world of constant change, reminding you that you are part of something much larger and more enduring than your individual existence. Visualize yourself connected by golden threads to all the ancestors who contributed to the traditions that enrich your life. Gratitude practice 48. The intuition that guides beyond logic. Turn your attention to this subtle yet powerful form of wisdom that operates within you, your intuition. This ability to know beyond rational knowledge, to perceive truths that cannot be logically explained, to sense correct directions even when external evidence is ambiguous. Intuition is the wisdom of the body, heart, and soul operating in harmony, offering guidance that transcends the limitations of purely analytical thought. Remember moments when your intuition offered valuable guidance, perhaps sensations that warned you about unreliable situations or people, sudden insights that solved complex problems, or simply premonitions that directed you toward beneficial opportunities. Buddhist tradition recognizes intuition as one of the most refined forms of wisdom, resulting from the harmonious integration of rational mind and contemplative understanding. Your intuition is unique, shaped by your personal history, particular sensitivity, and specific connection to subtle dimensions of reality. Visualize your intuition as a golden compass that always points to your highest good, and cultivate growing confidence in this precious form of inner guidance. Gratitude Practice 49. The moments of beauty that touched the soul. Direct your consciousness to those instants when beauty stopped you in time, moments when something seen, heard, felt, or experienced touched such profound dimensions of your soul that you knew you were in the presence of the manifested sacred. These may have been natural landscapes that awakened reverence, works of art that spoke directly to the heart, moments of human connection that revealed pure love, or simply light falling in a certain way that transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary. Beauty is one of the languages through which the divine communicates with the human consciousness, reminding you that there's far more to reality than the merely functional and practical. Each moment of genuine beauty is a gift that expands your ability to perceive, appreciate, and radiate higher qualities. Contemplate how these moments often arrive unexpectedly, like free presents, enriching your life without you needing to do anything except be receptive. Beauty heals, inspires, elevates, connects. Its medicine for the soul that operates through the senses but reaches far beyond them. Visualize yourself surrounded by an endless gallery of all the beautiful moments you've experienced, each radiating light that continues to nourish your soul. Gratitude Practice 50. Second chances that renewed possibilities. Allow your attention to turn to these precious gifts of life, the second chances you received when you made mistakes, the opportunities to begin again when paths closed, the moments when life offered renewal even after failures or losses. Second chances are expressions of existence's inherent mercy, reminders that you are not condemned by past errors, that there's always potential for growth, healing, and transformation. Contemplate situations where you received opportunities to start anew, perhaps relationships that healed after conflict, careers that renewed after hardship, health restored after illness, or simply the daily chance to wake up and choose to be a better version of yourself. Each second chance is a vote of confidence from life in your ability to learn, grow, and contribute positively. They teach humility, recognizing that you need mercy, and hope, knowing that change is always possible. Remember, too, the second chances you've offered others, recognizing how acts of forgiveness and renewal multiply blessings. Visualize yourself walking down a golden road where each bend offers a new beginning, new possibilities, a new opportunity to express your accumulated wisdom. Gratitude Practice 51. The courage that overcame limiting fears. Turn your attention to this heroic quality you've demonstrated countless times. Your courage, not just the dramatic courage of movies, but the everyday courage to face uncertainty, make difficult decisions, defend important values. Open your heart even after wounds. Keep trying even after setbacks. Each act of courage strengthens your character and expands your future possibilities. Reflect on specific moments when you chose courage, perhaps confronting situations you'd rather avoid, speaking truths that needed to be said, defending people who needed support, or simply getting up in the morning when life seemed too difficult. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but conscious action despite fear. Each time you act courageously, you develop confidence in your ability to face future challenges. The Buddhist tradition teaches that true courage arises from the understanding that you are far greater than any temporary circumstance, that your essence is indestructible even when external forms change. Visualize a golden flame of courage burning steadily in your heart, available whenever you need strength to take the next conscious step. Gratitude Practice 52. The patience that taught divine timing. Direct your consciousness to this refined virtue you've developed through experiences that tested your ability to consciously wait. Patience. In a culture that values speed and immediate results, patience is a revolutionary quality that allows you to remain centered while awaiting the natural unfolding of processes. Contemplate situations where your patience was rewarded, perhaps relationships that deepened gradually, projects that blossomed at the right time, healing that arrived after periods of conscious waiting, or simply the wisdom of allowing others to grow at their own pace. Patience teaches about divine timing, the understanding that there's an intelligent order operating in life's events that's often wiser than our personal urgency. Each experience of patience develops trust in the natural rhythms of existence and reduces anxiety about controlling outcomes. The Buddhist tradition considers patience one of the fundamental perfections, as it allows you to maintain equanimity even when circumstances don't match your immediate preferences. Visualize yourself as a wise tree that grows gradually, developing deep roots through patience, blossoming naturally when conditions are ripe. Gratitude Practice 53. The generosity that multiplied joys. Allow your attention to turn to the moments when you experienced the unique joy of giving, whether time, resources, attention, skills, or simply loving presence to others. Generosity is one of the most natural expressions of compassionate wisdom, a practical recognition that giving and receiving are aspects of the same current of universal abundance. Remember occasions when you offered something valuable to others, perhaps help during hardship, gifts given with love, time dedicated to important causes, or simply compassionate listening when someone needed to be heard. Notice how acts of generosity often brought as much or more joy to you as to the recipient. Generosity heals the sense of separation and scarcity, reminding you that you are part of a network of mutual care where everyone thrives when each contributes consciously. Each generous act plants seeds of kindness that sprout in unexpected ways, often returning as multiplied blessings. The Buddhist tradition teaches that true generosity doesn't expect a return, but flows naturally from the recognition of universal interconnectedness. Visualize yourself as a golden fountain of generosity, offering your unique gifts to nourish collective well-being. Gratitude Practice 54. The moments of full presence that revealed eternity. Turn your consciousness to those precious moments when you were completely present, when past and future disappeared, when you merged completely with the experience of the now, when the quality of your attention transformed simple activities into sacred experiences. These moments of full presence are portals to the eternity that exists within each instant. Contemplate occasions when you experienced this special quality of presence, perhaps during deep meditations, moments of intimate connection with loved ones, periods of total absorption in activities you love, or simply silent moments of contemplation of nature. In these moments, you touched your Buddhist nature, the inherent ability to recognize the perfection that already exists in each experience when observed with pure attention. Full presence reveals that you don't need to go anywhere or become someone different to access peace and completeness. They are always available in the depth of the present moment. Each experience of genuine presence strengthens your ability to live more consciously, reducing the tendency to escape into the past or future. Visualize yourself anchored in a golden ocean of eternal presence, where each breath is an opportunity to touch the sacred dimension of existence. Gratitude Practice 55. the transformations that revealed our inner strength. Direct your attention to the periods of change in your life, both those you consciously chose and those that arrived through circumstances beyond your control. Transformation is the fundamental nature of existence, and your ability to navigate changes with growing wisdom reveals reserves of inner strength you may not have known you possessed. Reflect on significant transformations you've lived through, perhaps career changes that aligned work with purpose, the end of relationships that opened space for more authentic connections, losses that deepened your compassion, or crises that revealed surprising inner resources. Each transformation, even when initially difficult, contributed to sculpting the wiser and more resilient version of you that exists today. The Buddhist tradition teaches that resisting transformation causes suffering, while consciously flowing with change allows for constant growth and renewal. Your experiences of transformation are testaments to your ability to adapt, learn, and emerge strengthened from challenges. Visualize yourself as a golden butterfly that has gone through multiple metamorphoses, each revealing new aspects of your essential beauty and capacity. Gratitude Practice 56. The meaningful coincidences that revealed synchronicity. Allow your consciousness to contemplate those extraordinary moments when seemingly unrelated events aligned in ways that seemed too meaningful to be merely coincidental synchronicity that suggested the operation of an organizing intelligence broader than your rational understanding. These moments offer glimpses of how your individual life is woven into a much larger tapestry of meaning and connection. Remember coincidences that brought unexpected gifts, perhaps chance encounters that became important relationships, information that arrived exactly when you needed it, opportunities that appeared synchronized with your inner preparation. These experiences awaken wonder at the complexity and elegance of the patterns that operate in existence, suggesting that you participate in a cosmic dance far more intricate and intentional than appears on the surface. Synchronicity often appears during periods of transition or spiritual growth, as confirmations that you are aligned with deeper currents of purpose and evolution. Visualize yourself connected by invisible golden threads to all the events, people, and opportunities that participated in the most meaningful synchronicities of your life, recognizing the sacred web of interconnection that operates constantly. Gratitude Practice 57. The faith that sustained during storms. Turn your attention to this inner strength that sustained you during the most challenging periods. Your faith, not necessarily specific religious faith, but the fundamental trust that life has meaning, that you possess inner resources to face hardship, that there is kindness and purpose operating even when circumstances seem chaotic or unfair. This faith may have manifested in different ways throughout your journey. Contemplate moments when your faith was tested but remained firm, perhaps during illnesses when you maintained hope in healing, financially difficult periods when you trusted that solutions would appear, painful losses when you preserved belief that there were still reasons to continue, or simply dark days when you chose to believe that the sun would shine again. Each act of faith strengthens your ability to face future uncertainties with greater serenity. True faith doesn't deny difficulties, but contextualizes them within a broader understanding of the natural cycles of challenge and renewal that characterize all existence. Visualize your faith as an inextinguishable golden flame that burns constantly in your heart, offering light and warmth even during life's most severe storms. Gratitude Practice 58. The wisdom that emerges from lived experiences. Direct your attention to this treasure you've accumulated over the years and that no thief can steal. No economic crisis can diminish, no external circumstance can destroy the wisdom that has emerged from your lived experiences. This wisdom doesn't come from books or theories, but from the sacred laboratory of life, where you tested hypotheses, experienced consequences, learned through trial and error, and gradually developed discernment about what works and what doesn't in the complex art of conscious living. Contemplate how you are no longer the same person you were 10, 5, or even 1 year ago. Through each experience, happy or challenging, you extracted insights that refined your ability to navigate existence with greater skill, compassion, and effectiveness. This experiential wisdom is one of the most precious fruits of the human journey. Think about the most valuable lessons life has taught you, perhaps about the importance of communicating feelings before it's too late, about how to recognize people who deserve your trust, about strategies for maintaining inner peace amidst external storms, about ways to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. Remember situations where your accumulated wisdom allowed you to make better choices. Avoid pitfalls that would have caused you suffering in the past, or offer valuable advice to someone facing challenges similar to those you'd already overcome. These moments reveal how wisdom is a living heritage that benefits not only you, but all those whose lives your life touches. The Buddhist tradition teaches that true wisdom integrates intellectual knowledge with emotional understanding and practical application. You have developed not only theories about how to live, but real skills tested in the forge of direct experience. This lived wisdom is infinitely more valuable than merely conceptual knowledge. Visualize your wisdom as a constantly expanding golden library, where each experience adds a new precious volume. See how you can consciously access this library whenever you need guidance, and how you can generously share these treasures with others who walk behind you on life's road. Place your hand on your heart and humbly acknowledge gratitude for the wisdom that has emerged from lived experiences. May I continue to learn always, and may I share these treasures of discernment to benefit all beings. Gratitude Practice 59. The renewing cycles of sleep and wakefulness. Now, turn your attention to the fundamental rhythm that has structured your life since birth, the sacred alternation between sleep and wakefulness. This daily cycle of expanded consciousness, followed by deep regeneration, allows you to be reborn each dawn, a renewed version of yourself. Contemplate the miracle of sleep approaching this very moment. Soon, your conscious mind will willingly surrender to the mystery of unconsciousness, trusting completely that your body will continue all vital processes while your soul journeys through dreamlike dimensions that transcend the laws of physics. What deeper act of faith exists than falling asleep? During the next few hours, while you sleep, your body will perform millions of healing and regenerative operations. Cells will be repaired, memories organized and consolidated, toxins eliminated, energy restored, tissues renewed. Your immune system will work more intensely, your muscles will completely relax, your heart will slow its rhythm to a gentler, more restorative pulse. Buddhist teachings recognize sleep as a natural form of meditation, a state where the ego temporarily dissolves and consciousness experiences forms of existence independent of limited personal identity. In dreams, you can fly, talk to deceased loved ones, visit impossible places, experience possibilities that expand your understanding of reality. Think of the gratitude deserved by the bed that cradles your body, the pillows that support your head, the blankets that maintain your ideal body temperature for deep rest. These simple objects are silent facilitators of one of the most essential experiences of human life. The wakefulness that will follow your sleep tonight will also be a gift, the opportunity to be consciously present, to make decisions that express your highest values, to love, serve, and create in ways that contribute to the well-being of all beings. Visualize this sleep-wake cycle as a gigantic cosmic breath. You inhale the daytime consciousness with its possibilities of action and expression, and exhale into nighttime unconsciousness with its opportunities for healing and renewal. Each complete cycle is a turn in the evolutionary spiral of your existence. Prepare to surrender completely to sleep and whisper gratitude for the sacred cycles of sleep and wakefulness. May my rest be deep and restorative, and may my awakening be radiant with renewal and purpose. Gratitude Practice 60. The sacred mystery of conscious existence. We arrive at the final practice of this nighttime journey of gratitude, and it is fitting that it embraces the greatest of all miracles, the simple fact that you exist, that you possess consciousness, that you can experience love, beauty, connection, and growth. This conscious existence that you take for granted is, in fact, the most extraordinary and improbable phenomenon in the entire known universe. Contemplate for a moment the cascade of precise cosmic events that made your existence possible, stars that lived and died to forge the elements of your body, planets that aligned at the exact distance from the sun to allow life, billions of years of evolution culminating in the emergence of human consciousness, countless generations of ancestors who survived to pass on to you the gift of life. You are the universe becoming conscious of itself through your unique human form. Through your eyes, the cosmos contemplates its own beauty. Through your heart, existence experiences love for itself. Through your mind, creation can reflect on its own mystery and meaning. Through your capacity for gratitude, life celebrates its own magnificence. Buddhist masters taught that awakening to gratitude for conscious existence is awakening to our Buddha nature, our inherent capacity to recognize the sacred in every moment, to love without limitations, to find peace that transcends all temporary circumstances, to serve the well-being of all beings as a natural expression of our compassionate wisdom. At this moment, as you rest on the border between wakefulness and sleep, recognize that even your dreams will be a continuation of this miracle of consciousness. Your rest will be a form of gratitude to the body that carries your soul, and your awakening tomorrow will be a new opportunity to live from this gratitude transformed into compassionate action. Contemplate that in the entire known universe, with its trillions of galaxies and countless planets, you are among the few beings, perhaps the only ones, capable of experiencing conscious gratitude. This capacity to recognize and appreciate the fundamental goodness of existence is a gift as rare and precious as any treasure you can imagine. Visualize yourself as a star of consciousness, radiating gratitude in all directions, connecting with all the other stars of consciousness who are also awakening to gratitude at this moment around the world. Together, you form a constellation of grateful hearts that illuminates the planet with recognition and love. Breathe deeply one last time and whisper with total reverence, supreme gratitude for existing, for being conscious, for being able to love. May I awaken tomorrow even more radiant with gratitude for life, and may this gratitude flow over all beings as a blessing of light and peace. As these last words gently echo in your heart, recognize that you have completed a sacred journey through the deepest territories of Buddhist gratitude. In these 2 hours, you have not only heard teachings, you have allowed your consciousness to be bathed by 60 different frequencies of recognition and appreciation that now permanently vibrate within your being. The gratitude you have cultivated tonight is not just a fleeting feeling, but a seed of transformation planted in the most fertile soil of your soul. It will continue to germinate during your sleep, blossom in your dreams, and unfold in your waking life as a new way of perceiving and experiencing each moment. When you awaken tomorrow, you will carry with you this nocturnal alchemy of gratitude. Your eyes will see beauty where before they saw only routine. Your heart will feel connection where before there was isolation. Your mind will find reasons to celebrate where before it found only problems to solve. This is the ancestral promise of Buddhist teachings on gratitude. Those who sleep in recognition awaken in light. Those who cultivate appreciation for the present receive abundance in the future. Those who choose gratitude as a nighttime practice discover that it becomes their daytime nature. Carry with you in every breath you take from now on the remembrance that you are a conscious miracle in a universe full of gifts waiting to be recognized. Your life is a garden where gratitude can bloom infinitely, offering its sweet fruits not only to you, but to all beings who have the blessing of crossing your path. May your sleep be as deep as oceans of peace. May your dreams be gardens of radiant possibilities. May your awakening be a new birth in renewed gratitude. And may each day of your life be a continuous celebration of the extraordinary opportunity to exist consciously in this wonderful world. If this journey of Buddhist gratitude has brought peace to your heart and prepared your soul for a truly restorative sleep, write in the comments eternal gratitude so that we can create together a current of grateful hearts that circulates throughout the world. If you felt your consciousness expanding during these gratitude practices, and if you recognize that you need this nighttime medicine regularly, show your appreciation by leaving a like on this video. Each like is a vote of confidence that allows us to bring this Buddhist wisdom to even more people seeking authentic peace. Subscribe to the channel to receive new journeys of Buddhist wisdom that transform restless nights into sacred periods of spiritual renewal. Your soul deserves this constant refuge of peace and inner growth. Enable notifications by clicking the bell next to the subscribe button to be notified whenever we publish new nighttime gratitude practices, Buddhist meditations, and teachings that elevate consciousness. Don't miss any opportunity to nurture your spiritual growth. The gratitude you have cultivated tonight is a gift that multiplies when shared. May all beings find peace. May all hearts awaken to gratitude. May all dreams be blessings. Namaste.